Now, people can just stop asking me how's my reaction in terms of KRIS Aquino to be filing a candidacy for any position, most especially to a position of being a president in our country. Well, do I really care? Okay, first of all, if KRIS is really if he's really somebody who really wants to apply for a candidacy to be a president in our country, well, that is her choice. It's her right. Plus, I am sure that there's a lot of people who are also in favor of her to be a part of their party, okay? Dilawan party, what you call it. So, I am sure that, in terms of her being somebody, well, I'm sure that she doesn't have any experience in terms of the politics yet. Well, that's one thing. And then plus, is she really capable of becoming the leader of our nation? Well, as what you can see, she's really that weak in terms of in a physical way. If you look at the physical attributes of a certain person, if she really that person who can handle those kinds of stress, those kinds of work. So I don't really think that she is in a great health condition to be able to take that stress, okay, to handle that stress. But in order for her to get into politics, I think it's much better first if she can get started with a lower position, okay, but not being the vice president or being the president, okay. And I don't oppose, okay, on that kind of plan if she's planning to be a part of our politics. And of course, and likewise to those people who have seen that when right after when she was going actually to her car, and then all of a sudden she went down, she went and hugged somebody, or I don't know what happened there, and then she started waving at everybody right there. So they're saying that she's like, she's giving a gesture, it's like, politika daw niya or whatever. I mean, she's trying to campaign or whatever. No, it wasn't like that. Well, she started waving at everybody because everybody was actually calling her name. Plus, everybody was cheering for her. Everybody was saying, hey, KRIS or whatever. So, of course, it was just a gesture that she was just trying to give those waves back. I mean, that's just to show them that she wasn't trying to ignore them, of course, diba? Just like me, for example, if I go out to a certain place and everybody are waving at me and trying to scream, to scream my name, at least they're trying to get my attention, and of course, as to also give them back, as acknowledgement, you should acknowledge them as well by saying hi, hello also, or by waving, or by just giving them a gesture that you are trying to acknowledge them, that they're acknowledging you, okay? So there's really no problem in that. People sometimes they're just being so so negative. They're just being so nosy of whatever they can see, and then always put some negative feedbacks in whatever they see. I mean, they're just trying to use some other stuff just to get back at somebody, or just to talk about somebody, a nasty thing about somebody else, who doesn't even do anything bad against them. But they're just trying to put her in a situation where, they're just giving some negative issues or just negative judgment towards her. I mean, I've done some judgment, or that wasn't judgment, because I just don't judge anybody. I mean, I was just basing to my experience, and of course to my parents' experience, because of what had happened to my family by the time that KRIS Aquino was there campaigning as well. And of course my father, he died because of his belief that he'd rather go to the opposition party instead of going to KBL. Well, in fact, he was supposed to be with KBL because he was a town councilor or municipal councilor at that time. Okay, so I've already given that story. So I mean, that's totally a different story. I mean, now it's totally different. You know, if I would say something against KRIS that doesn't even affect me or whatever, and then I'm not just gonna do something like that. But if it's pertaining to what they want me to say, so that's what I would say. I mean, if she wants to go in politics, that's her right, and nobody can ever stop her for doing so. Well, if I have to use the word intelligence in terms of KRIS Aquino, I am sure that she can manage to do whatever she wants to do, especially in terms of that direction that she really wanted to go to. Okay, so if she's really willing to go to politics, and of course she's focused on helping people, or she's focused on what is really the purpose of getting there. Okay, so I'm really sure that she can be a great person who could do some positions like that, like, well, lower at least, not vice president or president. Well, she can go immediately to become a senator or something. I mean, why not? I mean, in terms of her intelligence, I am sure that she could be really able to be there. I can imagine she can be able to be there also, you know. And well, there's a lot of people who can just go directly to being a senator right away, even without having to go and start first, you know, at the level where they should start. See, just like Bongo or Bato or whatever, they didn't start with being a politician, like, you know, lower or whatever, right away. I guess it's also about the connection. It's also about how people would actually want them to be in that position in the first place. So, nasa kanya na lang yun, yeah? So, that's gonna be up to them, okay? That's their decision. Of course, the Filipinos' decision as well, because we have all these Filipinos who are already trying to push them to get there. I am sure that there's a lot of people, especially the opposition, they're thinking that KRIS Aquino would be a perfect candidate to be there to replace, you know, of course they're saying that to replace her brother, just like before, you know, from Ninoy, and then of course to the mother, and then of course to the brother, Noy Noy. And then now they're thinking that because Noy Noy is already dead, so they're thinking that probably it's gonna be KRIS Aquino, you know, to get into position right now, just like what the brother had, you know. But some other people are also pushing, they're pushing Bam Aquino as well. Well, I mean, there's really nothing wrong if Bam Aquino is going to be pushed as well. You know, if ever he wants to get into the position of going back to Senate, or just a position of being a vice president or president or whatever. I mean, that's on their own term, okay? And it's always gonna be on the people if they really want to put him there.